You are listening to the Keep the Weight Off podcast with Dr. Angela, episode number 60.
Welcome to the Keep the Weight Off podcast, where we bust all the dieting myths and discover not just how to lose weight, but more importantly, how to keep it off. We go way beyond the food, and we use science and psychology to give you strategies that work. And now your host, Dr. Angela Zechmann.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to the podcast today. I am so excited. How are you, Marshall?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good because guess what? It's my 60th birthday today. And this is podcast number 60. Is that not cool?
This is super cool.
Isn't that awesome?
I love it.
Podcast number 60 on my 60th birthday. I just love it. Yeah.
Did you plan it like that? No,
I did not. I was kind of hoping it might work out that way, but yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah, it just happens that my birthday's on a Wednesday this year, and it's the 60th. So very cool. All right.
That's
so
very cool.
I know. So I'm super excited. And here's something that's really interesting about my birthday. I was actually born on my mother's 32nd birthday. So we've always shared a birthday. And she's 92 today. She's still alive, although now she has dementia and may not recognize me. And I actually haven't seen her since last year on our birthdays. She lives in Kansas, so it's a little bit of a trip to go see her. So we actually have to record this podcast ahead of time, so I hope she makes it to 92, right?
Right.
So ever since my dad died in 2014, I've always spent my birthday with my mom, except in March of 2020 when she turned 90. And we were all in COVID lockdown at the time, and we had to have our birthday party over Zoom. And that was a real bummer.
I remember when you guys did that.
Yeah.
It's still kind of cool that you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was better than not having the party. So I appreciate the Zoom people. So, but there was no traveling to go see her at that point in time. So last year I was able to go, and this year I'm planning to go be with her again. So I think these milestone birthdays are really interesting because, I remember turning 29 and thinking, oh my gosh, next year I'm 30 and my life is halfway over.
Well, do you remember thinking 50 this year? So
I know
that was a milestone for me.
That was a milestone for you too. Yeah. But Isn't that interesting how we think like that when we're younger?
Right.
I thought 60 would be the end of my life. Boy, was I wrong. Isn't that crazy? So,
yeah.
But I also had a hard time turning 39, and then I had a hard time turning 40 because then it was like, oh wow, now it's halfway to 80, and boy, it really could be half my life is over. And by the time I hit 50, I had changed. I don't know if this happened for you. I was so happy to be 50. And it was like there was this 2-week celebration and a whole weekend of partying with friends. And it just felt awesome to be 50. So how was that for you?
I was in Cancun, so I mean,
yeah.
I see, there you have fun.
There you go. Exactly. So now it's 60, and at the time of this recording, there's a war going on, and things feel a little bit different. But I will say that I'm glad to be alive here on Earth and to be healthy and vibrant and overall living a really good life. And I will say, though, that there are some difficult things about turning 60. And I was talking about this a few weeks ago in our Empowered Weight Loss membership. I was practicing allowing an urge to overeat. And I've been teaching our members how to do this and how to not give in to the urge, not fight the urge, but just allow the urge and allow the emotion that comes with it. And not just allow the emotion, but sort of welcome it. And so I had this urge to eat, and I just sat there with the urge. And I sat there with the emotion behind it. And it told me its name was disappointment. So I was feeling disappointed. And when I asked why, it told me that I'm about to be 60. And there are things I would hope to have accomplished by now that I have yet to accomplish. And I will say that all of this was just floating under the surface. I didn't really know it until I allowed myself to feel the emotion, which was interesting. And it was a beautiful thing because I got to recognize that, yeah, I've done a lot. And there are still some things that I'm looking forward to accomplishing. And guess what? It's okay to feel a little disappointed. There's nothing wrong with allowing myself to feel that disappointment. And I realized, get this, Marshall, it's coming from this thought, this underlying thought that says, I should be further along by now. Have you ever had that thought?
Oh, I totally have that thought.
I should be further along by now. And I just want to let everybody know, if you've ever had that thought, it's an incredibly toxic thought. It is a horrible thought. There is nothing good that comes from that thought that I should be further along by now. How many of us think this thought on the regular? It's a super discouraging thought, and it will not fuel you to create the life of your dreams. Remember, we talk about how we think creates an emotional state of being that fuels our actions and our behaviors. And so that particular thought, I should be further along, fueled for me the emotion of disappointment, which caused me to want to go overeat. Is that not interesting? So, just want you to all think about that as you're in the process of your weight loss journey. If you ever have that thought, I should be further along, things aren't happening as quickly as they should be, all those kinds of thoughts are never going to fuel anything but disappointment and eating. So did you ever, you have had those kinds of thoughts. Did you have any thoughts like that when you turned 50?
Yeah, especially when I get on Facebook and I compare myself to like people that I knew in high school that are also my age. And a lot of them seem like they're doing a lot better than I am, and that's when those thoughts start to get to me. But then I just think, of all the fun I've had in my life. And then I don't worry so much.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the other thing you always want to know is that you're always getting the glamorous parts of people's lives on Facebook. Like people are not
fake book.
Yeah. People are not going to be posting pictures of them moving their aunt's belongings after she just had a stroke. Right. Like, no, that's not the kind of stuff you post. You post when you're at a restaurant and you're celebrating and you're having a happy time or whatever it might be. So, yeah. So, how does it feel to be 60 for me in 2022? That's a good question. I have a lot of gratitude. I have a lot of gratitude for my strong, healthy body and gratitude for what it can do and how it serves me. And I have a lot of gratitude for my family, for my partner, Siggy, and for my daughters who are grown and finding their way in the world, and for my siblings who've known me all their lives because I'm the oldest, and for my parents who taught me the values that I live by, which are most notably integrity and contribution. And I have gratitude for my friends who are always there to support me. I've got friends from all walks of life. I have gratitude for my career. It hasn't been a straight line getting to where I am, for sure. I spent a lot of time confused about what I should be doing. But in the end, I wouldn't have it any other way. I know I'm much better at what I do because of all the experience I've had, not just in medicine, but in my own struggles with my own eating and my sugar addiction. I have gratitude for my staff, both my staff at the medical clinic, and that includes you, Marshall.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you too.
I also have gratitude for my staff that helps me with our online courses, and that also includes you, Marshall. So
thank you.
So what we offer is a communal effort. I head it up, but I can't do it alone. And I have gratitude for all of you who are willing to listen and to take what we have to say seriously, recognizing that we want you to succeed at overcoming one of the most difficult problems faced by modern civilization. Really, this is one of the most difficult problems faced by modern civilization, and we're on your side here. I also noticed that as I'm turning 60, I have a lot of determination. Determination to do whatever is necessary to help as many people as possible realize their dreams of living in a vibrant, healthy body that they're proud of. I have determination to get more balance in my own life. If there's anything I'm recognizing as I turn 60, it's that our most precious resource is time. And I'm looking forward to more ways to enjoy the time that I have left. I also have a lot of determination to stay healthy and vibrant and active well into my 80s and perhaps even my 90s. My aunt had just turned 90 and had been a regular golfer up until last summer. Crazy, huh?
That's awesome.
I know. I have determination to quietly, and perhaps not so quietly, fight back against the food industry. Shame on them for creating such highly addictive foods that make us so miserable. And I'm going to call these foods addictive food products from now on, or AFPs for short. So we can recognize that when we choose to eat Oreos or Doritos, for example, we're not eating food, we're consuming a drug-like food product. So they're AFPs, addictive food products. Interesting, huh?
I like that. I'm also determined to help you fight back against the food industry.
Thank you. Yeah, we need more people fighting against the food industry. It's ridiculous what's going on. So that's all I have to say for today. I hope that if you have a milestone birthday this year, you will do some reflecting as I have. I think it's important to take stock and to think about where we've been and where we're going on our birthdays. So happy birthday to Mom, and happy birthday to me, and happy birthday to my cousin Dar, who also has a birthday today. And we will see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.
All right. Goodbye, everybody, and happy birthday to all three of you.
Thank you.
Hey, if you really want to lose weight and keep it off for good, your next step is to sign up for Dr. Angela's free weight loss course, where you're going to learn everything you need to get started on your weight loss journey the right way. Just head over to journeybeyondweightloss.com/free course to sign up. Also, it would be awesome if you could take a few moments and write a review on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you in Journey Beyond Weight Loss.